Hi guys, I am Chandra Miller-Starks and I'm going to be your instructor this quarter for Human Relations class, which is Psych 116. The purpose of this class is basically employers want you to be able to work with others, okay? So one of the biggest problems that employers find is that people can't get along with other people and they don't have time for that, and it gets in the way of them making money. So we're going to be exploring how you relate to others and try to help you figure out what your strengths are as far as relating to other people, and maybe where some of your challenges are. And so you can learn to build upon those strengths and minimize those challenges. And part of this course will also be looking at culture and how culture impacts human relations, how a lot of times that we may take something personally, but really it's just a difference, a cultural difference, not a personal difference. So we'll be talking about all of those types of things. Now, as far as Canvas goes, let me go to the home page. So the home page is set up to be modules, okay? And because pretty much everything that we do is in modules. Now you'll notice my page will look a little bit different than yours, but everything that you need pretty much is here in modules. What you don't want to do is go to your dashboard and look at the to-do list and only do the things in the to-do list. If you do that, you could fail the course. What you do want to do is go straight to the course, and then you can either click on home or modules. They're both the same thing, okay? And then you're going to look for the week that you're in. So this is week 1, and that's the week work that you're going to do. So each week you will complete all items within the module in sequential order. And Canvas is actually set up that way. If you try to go ahead and look at something else, it will block you if you don't do it in the order that you're supposed to do it in. Now, I'm going to be able to look at everything because I don't have to follow those permissions, but you need to make sure to go through each in order. If you don't do that, you won't be as successful in your assignments, because the whole purpose of all the other stuff in the module is to prepare you to be able to do the assignments. So if you are having problems with the assignment and you haven't gone through the week's modules, that's where you're going to need to go first, and that'll be one of the first questions I ask you. And also remember, I can look and see, I don't know if you know this, but I can look and see exactly how much time you're spending on Canvas and where you're going in Canvas and things like that. So, you know, I'm going to keep you honest is what I'm saying. If you come and say, I need help with this, and I did go through all the modules, I can actually look and see that you haven't. So be honest. Let me tell you a little bit about myself. So my name is Chandra Miller-Starks. Like I said before, I started working here this year at South Puget Sound, and last September. Before that, I worked 8 years at Grace Harbor College. I taught psych there, and also I taught human services, which people that were wanting to go into like counseling, social work, chemical dependency treatment, that kind of stuff. Before that, I worked at Clover Park Technical College as a crisis counselor. And before that, I worked for DSHS, and I worked on a federal grant that was to 6 counties that provided support services to people that got publicly funded substance use treatment. That was a fun job. Before that, I worked at different universities in Arkansas. You'll catch my accent every once in a while, and because that's where I'm from. And I met a boy at a conference, and 4 months later I eloped and ended up moving to Washington. So I've been here about 15 years now. I'm a licensed mental health counselor. So I actually just got my new license in the mail here. And I live across the street from the college. Literally, like I could stand on my deck and throw a rock over and probably hit their property. So it's really, really close. I have two kids. They're both home with me right now, along with my husband, who's working from home too. So my kids are 10 and 12, and, just trying to keep them from losing their mind and missing their friends too much. I am immunocompromised, so I've been in hibernation during this pandemic for quite a while before, the college went online. I went online last quarter at my doctor's orders. So, I've been out, I get out in my yard and stuff and take walks in the neighborhood, but other than that, I'm pretty much this is a weird quarter. How many, I don't know how many pandemics you guys have been through, but this is my first one, and it's pretty crazy for a lot of reasons. My hope is that this class will, be a place for you to come and get your mind off of all that other stuff for a while. Okay. I think you'll learn a lot in this class. Usually people really like this class. I've only taught it online once, so we'll see how this goes. Another thing about this class is that we're an IBEST class, and so you have a co-teacher, not just me, but you get another instructor too, and that's Julie. She's going to do a little intro video for you guys too. And basically, she is going to be working to support you in everything you do in this class, every assignment, she is going to provide other kind of assignments to help you work toward getting that assignment done. She's going to help show you skills that will help you be successful in this class and in future classes too. So really pay attention to what she has to say, and she is going to be a really, really great resource. And I think you guys are super lucky to have both of us in this class during this time. So right here, if you look on the screen, you'll see this is my online office. So even if campus reopens, I probably won't be in my office for a bit, just because I'm immunocompromised. But what's really cool is this is a program that's called Zoom. And so basically you can just click on this link, Monday through Thursday between 11:15 and 12:30, and I'll be there. Excuse me. Don't worry, I don't have the coronavirus. Allergies is what I have. I'm very, very, very allergic to all the pollen that's falling right now. Anyway, office hours. So this is my virtual office. So any time between 11:15 and 12:30, you can just click here, and it'll ask you to download a few things and stuff and just agree. All right. And you can do this from your phone, tablet, PC. It works on lots of different platforms. And it'll put you in this waiting room, and it'll ding and tell me somebody's here, and then I'll let them in. The reason we do this is I don't know if you guys have heard of Zoom bombing, but since so many places have started using this technology in the pandemic, some people are taking advantage of it, and they're popping into some of these virtual places and putting up porn and stuff. So we don't want that to happen in our class. So you'll be put in a little waiting room, and I'll get a doorbell ring, and then I'll let you in and we'll chat. And it'll be a video conference. Okay. It'll be like, I'll see you, you see me. It'll be like FaceTiming. And one thing that's really cool about this is that I can also show my screen to you. So if I need to show you something on Canvas or something, I can easily switch and show you my computer screen to do that. Now, if you can't meet my office hours, because 11:15 to 12:30 is a pretty limited window, and that may be if you got a bunch of kids at home, not in school right now, that may be when they eat lunch. Or it could be you work a lot during the. Don't stress about that. I'm still available to you. You just need to reach out to me, and we'll schedule a time that we can meet. Okay. So in every week, you'll see that there is a week for every week in here, and they're labeled by the weeks. Okay, now you won't see them all yet. They'll slowly pop up. So the first week is set to open on this coming Monday. I'll just double check. Yeah, 8 a.m. So it must be 8 a.m. so that you guys can see this. So this module will be up until Sunday at 11:59. So we are starting on a Monday, so this week's just a little bit different, but in typical, all weeks will run from 11:59 on Sunday night to 11:59 the next Sunday night. And you will have, between those times, you will have be able to you do your work anytime between those times. There's not going to be a set time that we meet for class. Okay? You just got to get the work done between those times. So in every week, you'll see week 1. Now, during this week, we have course orientation. Now, this quarter is shorter than other quarters, so we're kind of cramming in a little more information. So some of these weeks, you got to really come in on Monday morning and figure out what's up, figure out what you need to do and how much work you got to complete and what what preparation that may take. Do not wait till Sunday. All right, do not wait till Sunday to start your work. Start it on Monday. Schedule out time throughout the week that you're going to do this work. Okay? So each week we'll have the reading. Okay? And I'm going to go over the syllabus in a minute, which we'll go over more detail. But all your textbook information is in here. We don't have a textbook. So you'll just read the readings within the week, and you don't have to purchase a textbook or do anything else. All right? So this week, this is the reading you're going to need to read. Then each week you also have a section that is titled with the week number, and it's going to have any video lectures, assignments, and handouts. So you'll see this in each section of week 2 of each week. So you'll have different requirements. You'll have a short video and then a class discussion, a short video, and then maybe assignment. Okay? So you'll want to complete everything within this first week's module by Sunday at 11:59. And then what's nice about this, once you get week 1 done, you can get it out of your way by clicking right there and it'll close it up. Okay? Everything that's in the modules for orientation is really important to help set you up for success. If you have problems with any of that, you can contact me, but make sure you're getting familiar with Canvas, setting up notifications and everything. So the syllabus for this course is located in week 1 and under the syllabus tab right over here. So I'm not going to read it to you. You need to read the whole thing. You need to reference throughout the quarter. However, I'm just going to give you just some important stuff. So again, you have 2 instructors, me, that's me. And then here's Julie. She'll be introducing herself with a video pretty soon. She's my co-teacher. She is awesome. Now, this talks about what an IBEST class is. Julie's going to talk about that more. But basically, Julie and I work together. I focus on the psychology content, and Julie focuses on the supports, skills that helps you be a successful student. And we kind of combine those to help you not just be successful in this class, but in future classes too. These are the outcomes related to the course that we're going to try to complete this quarter. Okay, so you can read through those and kind of get a feel of what the class is going to be about. These are the outcomes for IBEST and for what Julie is going to do, some things she's going to help you develop that all go right along with the assignments that we do in class. Again, you don't have to worry about buying a textbook, okay? And you do need to have a regular access to a computer with a camera. If you do not have that, you need to contact your ed planner. If you do not know who your ed planner is, you need to shoot me a message right over here from this inbox. You can send me a message or you can email me. and I'll connect you with your ed planner, and we can try to get you the technology that you need to be successful in this course. So you need a regular access to a computer with a camera. It can be a built-in camera in your laptop, or it can be, a Logitech camera that you put on top. In really, I think even if you had a smartphone and had the camera, you could use that too pretty successfully. Okay. Yeah. So just have a camera though. You're going to be asked to video yourself. Okay. You guys have already gotten to Canvas if you made it this far. Here's how I'm going to grade. Here's some of the assignments we'll have. You're going to share where are you from poem. Don't worry or freak out because it's a fill in blank format if you wish to. You can make up your own poem if you want, but I also got a cheat sheet for you. We'll be going over that later this week. You'll make a My Culture presentation. I'll be going over the specifics of the assignment later on. Each week, you'll be doing a weekly reflection. This is just for me to read, and Julie reads them too. And you're going to write about what you learned within the week and what strengths and weaknesses you identified and how you're going to build on them or minimize them based on what we learned during the week. The goal is this weekly reflection adds up to a reflection on my human relations paper, so that you've got a really good foundation through your weekly reflections to develop your human relations paper. Then there are also going to be 5 different topics, assignments just related to the different topics that we're covering. Julie will have some IBEST assignments for you to help you be successful in this class. And then discussion, look at this, is a huge part of this class. Each week you'll have 3 discussion boards, okay? And so that's 150 points of this class. 34% of the class is these class discussions. So they're really important, and I'm going to be giving you a lot of feedback on them in the beginning to really shape and have them be good discussions. Attendance and participation, I expect you to participate and be part of the class, but I also know that we're in the middle of a pandemic. There might be some crazy stuff kind of go on. People could get sick, their family could get sick. People have lost their jobs or having to get new jobs. People are trying to, watch their kids and do schoolwork. So, I get that. And as long as you communicate with me about what's going on with you, then I'll work with you. But you can't just not show up for the quarter and then show up at the end and want me to reteach the whole quarter and give you all the assignments. That's not fair to me. So communicate with me, email, let me know what's going on, and we'll work together to figure out how to get through the course. If you are facing some challenges that are making it difficult for you to be successful. Next is the discussion board guidelines and grading. Like I said, discussion is a huge part of this class. You need to proofread all your posts. You're going to be expected to write 1 post and 2 replies each week. And again, the weeks start on Sunday and end on Sunday at midnight, 11:59. You have to do both post and reply twice. If you just do one and not the other, you get a 0 because this is a discussion. And so it's not a discussion if you don't have post and replies. You can't do discussion boards early, and it's difficult to make up discussion boards. If something significant happens, then we might be able to come up with an alternative assignment, but you'd have to contact me. All posts should be written in a professional manner. You're not texting. This is academic writing. You need to spell check. You need to make sure that you don't have typos or other errors and your grammar is correct, your capitalization is correct. This is academic writing, so you're going to be expected to write at a college level. All posts and replies should be 200 words in length and no longer than 450, and you have to support your claims with evidence from either the readings, presentations, or other resources you find. And I'll be giving you some guidelines about what are good sources. And then I and your peers will be looking at your sources to determine if they're really good sources or not. So psychology is a science, and we rely on scientific research to inform us, not, conspiracy theories or, Bob and Shelton that decide to put up a website on something. We look at scientific research. When you're doing your replies, you can't just say, hey, that was great. Ooh, I agree with you. No, you got to put more thought into it. It can't just be that. I want to hear why, and I want you to add to the discussion. All right. Now, during this course, we'll be talking about some personal stuff. I mean, when you're looking at your own human relations, you're going to have to talk about yourself, and so we're going to have some expectations for you for your group discussions and other work in this class. First is I want you to stay engaged. Sometimes you may get uncomfortable, and it's important that you understand that I believe it's good to be uncomfortable. I want to create a safe environment where we can talk about really deep stuff, about who we are as people and why we're that way, about race and gender, and about, all kinds of stuff. I want to have some really cool conversations. But it's really difficult if certain people get uncomfortable and they just shut down and they don't engage any longer. Feeling uncomfortable and some anxiety are normal. It's part of life. And that should be a signal to you that you might be getting ready to learn something. Okay? So stay engaged. The next one is speak your truth. So we want to be able to have these conversations, and I want them to be real, and genuine and but respectful and civil. Okay? So everybody gets to speak their truth about their experiences. And you can't really judge those. They're their experiences and their truth and what they experience. So we want to make sure everybody feels comfortable in speaking their truth without fear, and that we create an environment where we all can learn. We're all coming in here at completely different places and our understanding of ourselves and other people. So we want to give each other, a break. Also, no fixing. Okay, no fixing. Some people this is really hard for. They want to hug or pass a Kleenex or say it's going to be okay. But we need you to avoid that, because when you do that, it changes people's thought process. They start feeling like they can't, they're sharing something wrong or making somebody else uncomfortable. Nobody can make anybody feel anyway. You're responsible for your own feelings. And so it's important as we go through this that we don't try to fix other people. Experience discomfort. That's how you learn. So get comfortable feeling uncomfortable, and we'll all just be a little uncomfortable together at times. Sometimes I get uncomfortable too with some of the conversations, and to me that's a signal like, oh, maybe I have something to learn here. So be okay with that discomfort. I'm also going to be asking you to take a risk in this class. In order for you to learn about yourself and how you relate to others, you have to take a risk. You have to share. You have to speak up, and you have to engage. Another thing is listen for understanding. A lot of times we're listening, thinking about what we're going to say next. And we'll be talking about listening in this course, but I want you to make sure that you're listening to understand and not listening thinking ahead while we have our conversations. And then expect and accept non-closure. We're not going to resolve everything about human relations in this quarter, especially while a pandemic is going on, right? We're just not going to be able to resolve all things related to human relations, and we got to be okay with that. And there's going to be some things that we talk about we may just not know, the answer to, and nobody may know yet. It may not have been discovered yet, which is kind of a cool thing to be talking about. But just know we're not trying to talk other people into things. We're going to have different opinions, and we got to be okay with that. So these are the guidelines that I'm going to use to evaluate a lot of your participation in the course. So when you're engaging discussions or working in groups, you want to make sure that you follow these. We'll be doing a lot of group discussions in this class. And if there's anything inappropriate, certainly other students can, send a message to a student if they felt that something was inappropriate, but we won't be engaging in a discussion board about it. Neither should you. So we don't call people out whether they're wrong, right, or whatever on a discussion board. I might remove a post, but I'm not going to be telling the whole class why. I'm going to talk to that person. And I encourage you to do the same. Okay, I want to make sure you read the rest of the syllabus yourself, especially the section here about how you can be successful. If you haven't used Canvas before, there's a link here to the Center for Teaching Online Learning that has a lot of tips. Through the rest of this orientation, I'm going to give you some tips too. But it's really important to do the things that are listed on this list in order to be successful. Okay? Also, even though, the college is pretty much closed, we still have our student services and academic supports. So the library and the writing center and the teaching and online learning center are all available by phone call or by Zoom to meet with you and talk to you. So all those resources are still available to you that were before. Okay? So that is the syllabus. I'm getting close to my max length I want for a video. I don't like them to be too long. So this week, guys, you got to make sure you complete everything in week 1. Okay? So you'll have an orientation section. You'll have reading to do. And then you will have some discussions and some video lectures to watch and an assignment. I'm going to be going over some other assignments too. One, though, is not going to be due until quite a ways out, but I want to give you a heads up now. Okay, if you have any questions after you go through the orientation section, there is a place where you can ask questions about getting started. Over here is the inbox where you can message me or you can email me through my email. Julie is also available too. You can also see your peers under people and message and chat. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. I look forward to seeing you. I hope you'll stop by my office hours sometime and chat with me.